Hello, YTBC. This is Steve, and you're watching Smoking Cardboard. I was realizing I might not have a better opportunity to make a video this week. I guess it's pipe week. So I thought I'd make one. Smoking my Phil Rivara, quarter bent Dublin. Sorry, it's dark. I got my GAW winnings from Southern Piper. It's GAW. Distributed, paid for, maybe, by MBSD Pipes. I like getting the stickers. I put them on my table saw. I like giving these pipes away to new pipe smokers. I like being able to just hand them something better than usually what they got. And it came with the I really like these dampers. This one's like the heavy duty kind, not the super flimsy one. And they're great. I don't know if the super flimsy ones are just not made in Czech. And these are like a horse nail without actually being one. So I have a bunch of these, but you can always use more, especially to possibly give them away if you're getting someone started. Someone just recently was reaching out to me saying, hey, what should I be smoking? This stuff I'm smoking, maybe I said this in another video, it's not tasting so great. A couple years old, a Ziploc bag. It's like, yeah, it's dehydrated. But the tobacco I think was fine. I think he's smoking some Peter Stokkeby bulk or Lane 1Q, something pretty normal. But didn't know how to smoke. I was like, wow, how often do you smoke? Maybe once, twice a year. It's like, well, if that's all the more frequent you want to smoke, you might as well just let me know when you want to smoke, and I can give you a little baggie of tobacco to try this year. But I was like, what are you smoking with? And it was like, some Amazon $5 pipe. I was like, well, you can find decent $5 pipes, but not the one you want. Gotta get the Missouri Meerschaum corn cobs. And even then, might not be your style. So I pointed him towards the Morgan Bones pipes, because he was like, well, show me something that's under 50. And I just think that they're a fun pipe to point to people to. I haven't really bought the cheaper line pipes that are out there, so it's just easier to recommend something you have. And they had a sale on Father's Day, so send them a link to that. It's a good deal. Smoking some Rainier Flake 71, 73, whatever it is, Gold Flake. It's tasting really good. On Sundays, Smoking Pipes sends out email about articles they write. Maybe it's about tobacco or someone pipe carver, or maybe it's in this case it was one of the lists. I think Mark mentioned it in his video. It was about the top flake blends that they sell, which is always gonna be way skewed, because I don't know if you've ever been to Smoking Pipes, but nothing's ever in stock there, especially flakes. But it got me to thinking, if I was to create my favorite flakes, what would they be? List of them. I really like flakes. And I was like, well, that's not really fair, because if you make a list of flakes that you can't get, how is that helpful to anyone? I mean, it might be interesting. And so many of my flakes, I have only tried one tin maybe a year, 2 years ago. I will say the blends I've been smoking recently I really enjoy. This Rainier flake is really good. Really like it. I know I like the Astley's 44, and I like the Peterson Dark Flake or Dunhill Dark Flake. I guess the Robert McConnell Black Flake is equivalent, but that stuff's all super hard to get. I should mention a flake that it's easier to get, that I really like, and I would say the Sutliff Virginia Slices. I really like that one, and I really like I like HH Burley Flake, though I like it, I think, with a little bit of age. I don't know, I think it just gets more interesting in flavor, or maybe I'm getting better smoker with more age of it. And HH Pure Virginia, I haven't had it for a while, but I know I really like that, and that's pretty accessible. Obviously, Exhausted Rooster by C&D. I don't view that. I mean, they call them flakes, but they're kind of broken, which is fine, because I love how easy they are to pack. But I feel like, yeah, they're technically a flake. Like Bosun cut plug. That's kind of a shredded flake. I don't know, it's flake to me. I think there will be a lot more on the list that I just really like, that I can't think of off the top of my head, because I just haven't had them frequently enough. But I'm warming up to broken flakes more. I used to not rub out any of my flakes, and now I've just started to do that to see if I can get a more consistent smoking experience. The fold and stuff, I think I would get a really good smoking experience but it'd be inconsistent. And sometimes it would be just great because it would smoke so slow and it would make such good flavors. But I think rubbing it out and just learning to pack that correctly can be just a general better experience, even if the flavors are slightly different. Yeah, I feel like there's a couple lessons I've come around to from experienced pipe smokers that I had a hard time believing at first. One would be rubbing out your flakes. It's the way to go. Let it dry. I felt like wetter tobaccos carried more flavor. But I think it was because I was just smoking them too fast. Now I feel like the closer to the drier they are, the more flavor I get from them. Better smoking experience. And then the softy bits, man, I was big on those. Just liked them. But I guess part of that was because I wanted to have my pipe doing stuff. And it seemed easy to keep my pipe in my mouth. Thought it was going to fly out. And grippy. I never used the thin ones. I didn't feel they helped all that much. I used the vinyl tubing. But now I don't do that. I just try not to clench them too tight. I'm better. I'm getting trained pipe smoker. What other things will I scoff at first? Still can't learn to not overfill my bowl. I get too excited. Probably have the problem of having too much tobacco. So I just feel like I gotta use it. So I might as well stuff it all in this pipe. If I don't smoke it at all, that's fine. Pretty foolish. I don't know. Filters. Had to learn every single smoke. Yeah, I have to change out that filter. Every single smoke. Do not try to reuse the filter. I think other people would say otherwise, but completely disagree. But that's a me thing. I've also learned, and I've never met anyone who is like me in this manner, but if I let a pipe cool, it's done. Do not pick that pipe back up and smoke it. It is gonna be like putting acid on my tongue. It's just ruined. I even tried putting a new filter in, seeing, well, maybe it's just the filter. Didn't matter. It was just there must be some chemical process that's happening when the pipe's cooling that it just tastes horrible and it burns my tongue like crazy and it's done. So I feel like it's unnecessarily put pressure on my smoke sessions of being a complete block of time. And that's difficult when you have kids and wife who want you accessible. So some of that's learning. I didn't get to smoke all the bowl I wanted. Oh well, I'll dump it. Pack a new bowl. Maybe in the same pipe, different pipe. Go again if that's what I have to do. Just not unnecessarily putting my pipe perfect experience above the needs of my family. I mean, it makes them resent the pipe if it makes me inaccessible. Where if I'm accessible and willing to just give up the pipe session to help them with something that needs helped with, then they're more tolerant of when I want to go smoke. Sure. If we absolutely need you, we know you'll be there. So I don't know. It's one of those things where all kind of have our own quirks. And mine is, I don't know, it was stressful having a pipe and then having to stop smoking it when I was not intending to. That flame is huge. Brought it. I think I need to refill this one. I think I need 2 of these. They're so expensive. I like them so much though. And I want to get another one because I keep dropping this one. And then I'll see how it's all works so I can better repair it. I don't know. Tomorrow, going to Cheese Curd Festival. I think last year I smoked a pipe there. I don't know. I don't know if that's legal or it's just so many people are smoking cigarettes and just try to do it out of the way. No one cares. Small town, tiny town. A lot of people. But I don't know. Sometimes I use the pipe as a tool for me to relax, slow down. If I'm bored, getting itchy, it's a good time to have pipe. If I feel like I'm gonna just drink beers I don't need to drink, pipe stops that because I don't drink beer and smoke pipe. I don't know. Guess I use it as a tool to self-regulate sometimes. I just don't like smoking in public quite as much because it feels pretty self-conscious. Certainly feel a lot less self-conscious if I'm smoking a blend that I know, like, at least some people find pleasurable. So I would definitely be smoking the same espresso if I did, because I love that blend. And some people might like it. It may not everyone, but I think in general it smells good. We'll see. See how that goes. Helps our kids like going to that too. It's fun. Well, I babbled on long enough. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. And oh yeah, Excuse me. I got sick this week, so I'm way behind in videos. You'd think, well, Steve, you're sick. Wouldn't that give you more time to watch videos? Not really. I like watching videos while they're kind of in the background while I'm doing something, because not all videos hold my attention all the time, and so I get itchy, and I'm just like, I gotta do something. And so I like watching videos that require my full attention, when I'm able to give my full attention. And I watch, and I said this before, people play board games, which is kind of boring. But I also watched channel, I guess I'll try to put it in the comments, we'll see, about I've talked about this before, the group of people that did every week in the war following World War I 100 years later, and then they kind of followed it up and started doing every week in the war of World War II. And when they got to the part where D-Day happened, they did a whole separate channel where they did 24 hours of video of coverage information about like what was happening on the D-Day assault and other miscellaneous information. So 24 hours of video is a lot. I mean, that's kind of like, it's a lot. So I watched like, I don't know, eight of the first 8 hours, and it's just very fascinating. So I'll try to put a link to that channel down below if you're itching for a very well put together historical look at D-Day. All right, real goodbye now. Bye.